Let's talk about the Constitution. I have been really thinking about this for all of this time that we've seen the Constitution become the object of basically fetishists, that it has become an object of dogmatic religion. I mean, but let's think about the comparison and the compare and contrast and see how they are similar. The Bible and the Constitution, both are constantly misrepresented and misquoted, both accidentally and deliberately, to serve specific political or moral agendas. Both were written in a time of slavery, but signify nothing condemning slavery, as we have pointed out many, many times. Conservatives now have made a habit of holding up the Constitution as some kind of final and ultimate arbiter of life and law to a level that really exceeds rationality, which is something similar between the Constitution and between religious conservatives and the Bible. In what other country is there so much obsession with a document written hundreds of years ago when any type of law is discussed? I mean, Natan, are you aware of any similar fetishism that is taking place with an equivalent to a constitution anywhere else?
No, I'm not. And to make another analogy with religion, there is a whole, Justices Scalia and Thomas adhere to textualism and originalism in the way they interpret the Constitution. And that's sort of like an analog of young earth creationism and taking the scripture, in this case the Constitution, literally, in terms of it being a completely absurd way of interpreting it. What they would criticize as the living Constitution theory, in quotes, is what I would refer to as an analog of people who, Catholics and Jews and all sorts of people who look at the Bible and they say, well, when it says the earth was created in 7 days, it's a metaphor, it's not literal, and maybe we should reinterpret it based on what science has now shown. And I think it's the same type of absurdity.
Lewis, I would not be surprised to actually, I understand the Constitution has become kind of a de facto religion, and this may even exist, and I'm sorry if I'm not aware of it, an actual religion based on the Constitution.
Well, that would involve a deity of some sort, right? By definition.
The Founding Fathers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That would be a scary thing, because then you will have, like you said, even more misinterpretation.
No question about it.
I just want to point one thing out. There is a term for this in academia. It's called the American civil religion. If people look it up, there's a Wikipedia article about it. It's the idea that, in other words, it gives a name to what we're describing, the idea that there is some kind of non-official civil religion using the Constitution as the scripture and the Founding Fathers as the deities.
If there had to be a modern-day head of that religion, who would it be? Would it be like Scalia?
Wayne LaPierre.
Would it be Wayne LaPierre from the NRA? Yeah, who would it be?
Well, here's what we should do. We need to get on the ball here, and we need to form this religion ourselves.
As a nonprofit.
So that it is our interpretation of the Constitution that is attached to this religion.